I was very humbled when I received notice that I'll be receiving this Freedom Medal in honor of Dr. King. The first people I thought of actually when I got notice through the email were my parents, my mom and dad, who are both now in heaven. My parents always taught my siblings and I, I'm one of 5 in the family, to respect everyone, regardless of race and color and creed and national origin, and to respect the dignity of all people. I became a priest later in life. Before I was a priest, I worked in government and then became a lawyer. And I prayed as I was taking the bar exam that when I became a lawyer, I would use that to help the poor. And I was blessed to be able to do that in my legal career. And in that role, I practiced a lot of immigration law and helped folks become citizens and permanent residents, defending folks from deportation hearings and doing child welfare law. So it was really a journey in law that in many ways led me to my vocation as a priest, because as I was working for the poor, I recognized that they need good legal help and assistance to fight for justice, but especially they need to know God's love. That kind of spoke to me very loudly and clearly that I was called not only to practice law, but to be a priest, to serve God in this role. And so I was blessed to enter the seminary at Catholic University and was ordained a priest in 2012. And I was blessed that Bishop Galante and Sullivan and now Bishop Williams have all appointed me in parishes that were multicultural and had a economically poor community around them. And so I'm blessed to serve now in Sacred Heart here in Camden. When I speak to young people at our church and our parish and elsewhere in our diocese, I always stress to them the importance of education, but especially to live lives of service. My advice would be, I think the advice that Dr. King would give, to keep the faith, to educate yourselves, and to give back to the community in works of service, especially service that involve nonviolence and spreading peace and mercy in our communities. And so when I think of Camden, I know God has led me here as a lawyer and also now as a priest, and to serve in the city of Camden with such wonderful church leaders and such wonderful community leaders like our mayor and the commissioners who I work with, and working for justice and for peace and for harmony in our community is really, I know where God has led me, and it's just an honor for me to be here. I think the legacy of Dr. King and the dream of Dr. King should be the legacy and dream of all of us, because it's rooted in God's legacy and in God's message, which is one of peace, one of nonviolence, one of justice, and one of mercy. To walk humbly, recognizing our place to respect the rights and the dignity of all people from conception to natural death, and to spread the message of God's love, which the world needs so very much in our violent world, torn apart by wars and violence here in our own country, how much we need that message of love and peace and nonviolence that Dr. King spread in his life. I mentioned my thoughts first went to my parents and my family, and my siblings and my brothers and sister, who continue to inspire me, and the many people I've met along the way, both as a lawyer and now as a priest, the good and faithful people who have not just supported me, but have been examples to me. But most inspired by the lay people, community leaders and lay faithful, and moms and dads and grandmoms who raise families, who pay the bills, who work hard, to contribute to a society and to churches. And it's their legacy and their inspiration that inspires me to do the best I can as a priest. And I thank God that I've been surrounded by a cloud of witnesses who have helped me to be, I pray, the person I am today. For me, just to conclude by thanking the county commissioners and those on the committee for this honor. It's an honor that I receive very humbly. And so as I receive this as a Catholic priest, I think of the many who have served our church and have served and worked for justice. And in many ways, I accept this award for all of them and their legacy that's inspired me.